school superintendent Bob Bales. His strong principles guide his dining decisions. Only a freshness level of 4.0 is good enough for him now. Crazy to think that the man who wouldn't eat fish as a child is ordering pristine sashimi and sushi at a hidden gem in Rohnert Park called Hana Japanese Restaurant.
I was an optics engineer in Tokyo, so I give up everything and then I start opening up a restaurant. We've been here almost 24 years. My name is Ken Tominaga, and restaurant name is Hana Japanese Restaurant. Basically, my food is my mom's food, which I grew up with. And then also my parents always take me out to the fancy restaurant, always. They build up my foundation for my palates. Our cooking style is very simple, just how much you can bring flavor out of the ingredients. Most people sit down at my sushi bar and they ask us, could you make something for tonight? Omakase, we say, and omakase nigiri. And we want to show them everything we have. I want to hire people from Tokyo, and we just got one guy from Tsukiji, and then he making a hand-cut soba, so that's pretty cool. Fish is my main things, but I like to have more variety, seafood and the meat also here. Good food is good food.
Okay, Bob, you never ate fish as a kid, and then, now it's sushi and sashimi.
I didn't, Leslie. Even growing up in Marin County, so close to the wonderful oysters and things on the coast, I didn't like fish or any seafood of any kind, really, till my late 20s, early 30s. One of the great things about Hana, I think, among many great things about Hana, is the fact that you don't have to know anything about Japanese food or a particular type of sushi or sashimi to go in there and really have a great experience. It is truly a hidden gem. Even people in Sonoma County who've lived there for years wouldn't know that it exists. Mm-hmm. It's one of the secrets of the county, I believe. I love the sashimi. They have a fresh list every day on the board, and I will always ask the wait staff, and they'll give a recommendation. And usually they have things that aren't even listed on the board that are available as well. I love the mackerel, which is shocking to me that I would love that because it comes out with skin on it. It's something that didn't look very appealing when I was about 12 years old, but I've certainly changed my palate. I also love pretty much all of the sushi. They have incredible fresh sushi from all types you could imagine. Every dish is a surprise.
Right. Sonia, what did you have when you went?
Typically, I like nigiri. So more on the nigiri sashimi rather than the rolls. Kind of start off with some appetizers like miso soup. They had a tempura mushroom dish, and I thought both of those were really fantastic. I mean, the miso soup flavor was actually really amazing, and the tempura was really light. It wasn't over battered or over fried or anything like that. So I really enjoyed the appetizers. I think the nigiri, some of it was I liked better than the other. I had everything from uni to sake to Thai, and I had one roll that was kind of tempura fried. It was a little, I thought, cooked too long. It was kind of like crab meat and salmon, and then it was flash fried on the outside with another piece of, I think, yellowtail on the outside. It was called crunchy spicy roll. I like the spicy rolls,
right.
So it had like a thicker sauce. So I think altogether it was a little bit just too much for me, but I appreciated
probably was
everything.
as big as you.
Yeah. Definitely couldn't eat the whole thing.
That's a big roll. And you're over here very tranquil and quiet. Swapan, what
started off with the miso soup, which was fantastic, actually. I loved it. And I went with a couple of nigiri dishes, the uni, the wild hamachi, the unagi, which I love. And then I've never had gooey duck or whatever it's called. So
that's an adventurous thing, too. That's an adventurous thing.
It was fantastic. And I loved it. I think that's really where this place shines is just fresh fish.
You said it. Fresh is the optimal word. The only way you can say fresher if you're swimming next to them. It's that good.
And then you just reach out and
there you go.
Gnaw it off.
We then had the wagyu beef and the balsamic reduction, I believe. And that was excellent, as well as the grilled pork belly. And that was nice with a little bit of green spice on the side, which kicked it up a notch. That was fantastic.
You can never go wrong with pork belly, though. Come on.
From there, we had the spider roll, which is like the soft shell crab. That was fantastic also. The pork katsu was a highlight of the meal. It was great. It was extremely crispy. It was crisp to perfection, actually. And inside it was still tender. The pork tasted very clean and fresh, which I love. You mentioned your love of fresh ingredients, and definitely that was the case with the pork. And I believe it came with a side of some potato salad, which was unexpected.
Which is kind of a weird thing to see,
for
right?
a Japanese restaurant, but it was on point, and it worked well, with the fried meat, so to speak. It was awesome.
I love the toro, which is fantastic. That's always a recommendation from the wait staff there. It's one of the best things I've ever had. The wagyu beef is fantastic, which is rare beef. Again, something I would have shied away from earlier in life.
I love Wagyu beef, and I thought that was really tasty, cooked really well, really nice sauce along with it.
Did you have a chance to sip on something?
Yes, we were too full for dessert because we ordered so much. So we decided to order some sake for dessert.
Excellent, my man, excellent.
We asked them and they recommended this Aiko Fuji sake, I believe. And it was really crisp and clean. It had a fruitiness to it, and it just ended the meal nicely.
It's a destination certainly for lovers of sake. It's got Stuart Morris, who's one of the top really in the country sake masters, if you will.
We're going to heat it up to a temperature, Japanese temperature called Nurokan. It's just above body temperature.
There's inexpensive sakes, there's expensive, really expensive sakes. It's quite an experience to be able to go and taste sake there.
The other thing that's incredible there for the wine country is the fact that they have 2 fabulous Japanese beers on tap. So if you're a beer fan, which really blends itself well with pretty much any dish they have, it's a must.
Speaking of sake, I believe the black cod has elements of sake and miso to it. And that was another highlight of the meal. It was so tender, flaked well. And I really enjoyed that, and I think all the guests that I went with thought it was superb. It was a unanimous decision. So
Wonderful.
Certainly one of the dishes they're known for, the black cod.
yes, I would definitely get that again if I were to go
Absolutely.
back.
And, you know, as we all know, when you go and have a meal of sushi and sashimi, the dollars can go up very quickly.
It's expensive, but at the same time, it's fresh and you get what you pay for.
And there are so many things there. The price range varies. You can spend a lot of money, as it sounds like you did, which we appreciate in Sonoma County for the tax base, or you could go relatively inexpensively and still have a great dinner.
Well, this is your restaurant. Give us a quick wrap up.
Fresh, fabulous, phenomenal. It's an honor roll, pun intended.
All right. And Sonia?
I really enjoyed the entire service staff and just how wonderful they were and helpful they were. So that is kind of really hits home for me. So I definitely go back again.
All right. And Sopan?
I thought the show was called Bay Area Check Please, so it was kind of out there in Sonoma County for me a little bit. But at the same time, if I'm ever in the area, I would definitely go back and get the fresh fish.
All right. If you would like to try Hana Japanese Restaurant, it's in the Doubletree Plaza in Rohnert Park. The telephone number is 707-586-0270. It's open for lunch and dinner every day and dinner only on Sunday. Reservations are recommended, and the average tab for dinner without drinks is around $35.